Hey, good morning. Happy Fairy Friday. Happy Fairy Friday. I have new internet. And so I'm very hopeful that, and it's telling me my dashboard is live in producer. Ah, anyway, I have new internet. So very hopeful that it will be going well for us. Margaret Sample coming to you from the beautiful Niagara region of Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, and working to bring you messages every week using Brian Froud's beautiful fairy oracle deck. So let us get right to it and shuffle and see who's going to come forward today. Whether you're going to watch it live. If you're watching live, sometimes I see comments and sometimes I don't see them until afterwards. So I'm not ignoring you. I just may not be seeing it, but I always check for them later. Let's see who's going to come forward today. And if you're seeing this live or on replay, it's because the message today is meant for you. Okay. Ah, whoa! A whole bunch jumped. Okay, 3 jumped. Okay, Tobera of the Waters jumped, and she was on last week, but most of you didn't get to see her, so apparently she wants to make sure you got her message. Aha, good morning, Sarah Rose. And then we have Death, and we have the Soul Shrinker. So, Tobera, who is one of our fairy guides and helpers, is let's talk about her first. Since she was up last week, and apparently she wants more attention because she didn't get everybody hearing her message. She is all about emotion, serenity, meditation, gracefully accepting change. So you know how, hey, good morning, Deb. And she says, internet is looking good. Yay! Um, so she's emotions and waters are always connected, right? And so part of what the fairies do is keep the fairy waters clean, and the fairy waters are um, sort of caused or influenced, a better word, by human emotions. So happy springs, happy thoughts. If there's sad ones, that's where the water gets drudgy or anger. So the fairies are cleaning them up. Um, Also, there are healing waters around the world. Think about Lourdes, for example, is one of the most famous ones where people go to take the waters to get healed. There's also historically wells that bring wisdom or eternal life, fountain of youth, all of these things, right? Water is mutable, it's changeable, it flows, hopefully, but it can get frozen, right? And that is never good. I always say let your tears flow when you feel them, because if you block them, they start to turn to ice, and weeping ice hurts way more than releasing tears of water, okay? Um, and it's all about with our emotions we can be calm and flow, or sometimes we get all angry and churned up and irritated. She's reminding you you have a choice here. So if you're feeling anxious, under the hot under the collar, have a cold shower. Take time out. Have a bath. Very healing. And cleansing. I've started doing a saltwater bath at least once a week to cleanse all the external energies that want to stick on, or that I, as an empath, just tend to magnetize to me. So I'm always cutting those ties and cleansing, right? But she's telling you you can restore yourself through water. And if you think about it, water has been here as long as there has been a planet, probably longer, because every drop of water, it never disappears, right? It can dissipate, it can vaporize, but then it becomes a cloud, and then it is rain, and then, right? So it's always flowing forward, and we're what, 97% water? So it's huge for us. Quiet the waters of your emotions, right? Whether you have to take a cold shower or do some meditation, she's all about that. And we really need nurturing and love. In life, we need air, water, and food, but and nurturing and love, right? We need those things to thrive. So Give yourself nurturing and love, and then you can give it for others as well. Yeah, okay. She says okay. So I'll put her down. And I'll go to, well, death is next on the pile. So, death card doesn't usually mean physical death in any of the decks, right? When I'm working with, doing a reading for somebody and death card comes up, I go, death card does not mean death because people freak sometimes. Um, wow, she's so peaceful and mysterious looking. Death, all veiled. So, death always means change, huge change. This death, she also is like natural, timely endings, liberation. When I was a little girl, so I remember crying to my mom, why did people have to die? Why do people have to die? And it's like, so there's room for the new babies to come. So we need to make room for new life by letting go of the old, release, right? Release and change. Um, you see that she has her face is hidden, it's veiled. And she's holding a crystal ball, but she can't really see it. So we know that when we change, we don't always see the exact outcome of where we're going. Good morning, Trevor. Hi. Um, it's it's one of those things that we need to release the old and move into the new, even when we don't know what's going to happen next. It's important for us to have that faith in ourselves and in source, right? We when we move forward, we will have such potential. There's always potential when we're moving forward, right? As opposed to staying where we are. That can be safe, but they talk about, a ship in a harbor is a safe place to be, but that's not what ships are meant for, right? So allow that change, allow that difference. Probably something in your life, yours, has reached a natural ending, okay? And there is substantial and irrevocable change in the works. It's time. Change is happening. Make room for the new. Let go of some of the old, gently, lovingly, willingly. Um, Clutter, right? If you've got clutter all around you, and I have one room that is very very cluttered, and I need to release stuff and let it go. And I know when I do it, when I do declutter, I always go, I'm cleaning out the cabinets of my mind. I'm clearing out the clutter from my life, not just the clutter in the closet, so to speak. It's time for you to be meditating. When this big change is going on, meditate. Make that time. Breathe in truth, breathe out not truth. There's a lot of not truth in the air these days. I can barely go on Facebook. So if you don't see me very active, it's why there's just so much not truth. So I'm trying to breathe in truth, breathe out not truth. So it's funny that she's coming forward. That's interesting, right? Don't drag the past forward. Step into change willingly, right? When we go forward with baggage from the past, you've seen the memes with the guy with all the suitcases. Why don't you leave those behind? Let go of that old stuff. Flow with the present and flow into the future. Flow. Let go. Move forward. Liberation. Release, right? Those are all connected with this beautiful death card. And then the third card, because boy, they were jumping today. Um, is the Soul Shrinker. Now, we've had Soul Shrinker before, and both the Death card and the Soul Shrinker are what we call the Faery Challengers, and they will bring us face to face with our deep fears. And of course, a lot of people fear death, right? But they will bring us face to face with these deep fears, our denials, our inner traumas, insecurities, delusions, all those things, right? The challengers bring these into our faces so that we can look at them and deal with them. We might Without these guys we might get lazy, spiritually lazy, right? So and that they bring us tests. Both death and soul shrinker are bringing us a test somewhere, some way in our life right now, and they bring us tests when they figure we're ready to learn as we go through the test. So it's not like, oh, you've done this, let's see how you remember it, how you've learned it. No, here's a test, let's see if you can apply your gathered wisdom, your accumulated wisdom and knowledge, and let's see how you can do with this new situation. So it's a different kind of test, but they don't usually don't present until they think we can pass because it's boring for them to have to do it over and over and over again. Now, poor old soul shrinker, when you look at him, he's not the prettiest, and once he was beautiful. But soul shrinker, his job is to observe what we say to and about each other, and especially the mean stuff, the nasty, the unnecessarily critical stuff. And then he reflects it back to us. And so he also, hey Randy, good morning. Every time someone says something or does something mean and nasty, it makes him more ugly. And every time someone does something kind or thoughtful or generous, it makes him more beautiful. So you can see we have a lot of work to do as humans to get this fellow back to his beautiful state. He brings up for us where's the cruelty, the malice, gossip, curses, destruction, and also where are the blessings in our life, right? He brings all of this into our consciousness right now. He needs great compassion and understanding and forgiveness for us so it's not to get dragged down, this guy. And we also need to be compassionate, right? Oh, he wants to let us know that mean talk, especially that the gossip, the sarcasm, the cruelty, the verbal, oh I scored one, all that stuff, it does two things. One, it demeans us and it darkens our aura, and it actually also is like sending a curse out to someone, whether we mean to or not. It's like when you're saying something cruel, it's causing those ramifications. That energy is going out there. So, and it's whether or not they hear the words, it's still in the energy field. So he's reminding us we can choose not to accept curses from anyone else. Um, and the energy then boomerangs back. So right, I talk about protection, I talk about putting up a mirrored shield so that anything coming in negative bounces back to wherever it came from. So we can do that. And we also can choose not to accept blessings, which, why would we do that? It's like when someone compliments you, don't slough off the compliment. Accept it. Thank you. You know, what a beautiful hat you have on. Thank you. Not, oh, this old thing. No, thank you. So accept blessings at the same time as you reject curses, and give blessings. Every time that you send or say something kind or loving or think something good, then you're sending out blessings, right? Um, so be aware not to have those critical and malicious thoughts around you right now. They are having a detrimental effect, whether they're coming at you or whether you are having them yourself. So shield yourself and send out love. One of the hardest things is when you know someone is sending you nasty vibes and you want to just send nasty vibes back, but try and rise above that. You can mirror them so they don't hit you, they go back wherever they come from, but you then follow that up by sending love. Try and picture that person as an innocent 3-year-old and send love to them. Okay, this is good. This helps Soul Shrinker become more beautiful. Um, and forgive yourself, forgive others. We're banishing curse energy. We're banishing it. We're taking responsibility for ourselves right now and our own thoughts and feelings. And so always be compassionate with yourself first. Sometimes it's so hard. And if someone is giving you thoughtful criticism, how do you do with that? You try, and each time you do it, it'll get easier. Stop and listen. Is it coming? Are they coming from a real place, a helpful place? And examine and accept what they're saying. Listen, accept what they're saying. If you need to, apologize, truly apologize, and then determine and promise to do better. going forward. That's how we grow, right? It doesn't mean don't speak up. If someone's doing something ridiculous, you don't not still speak up. Use your words, but do it in a constructive way. Speak in reality. Okay, so it's not. It's a constructive and and sometimes say, are you open to hearing some feedback? Don't just barrel through with it. Uh, he is reminding us when we know better, we can do better. It's huge, huge. Treat others how you want to be treated and realize that you deserve to be treated well and treat yourself well and with love. I always say, we've always said, love one another as you love yourself, but also love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you're not going to be able to treat other people very well. So find that goodness in yourself and nurture that. Okay? And be a happiness spreader. Be a happiness spreader. I learned from one of the best. My mom, every time we would be in line at a grocery store, my mom would always say something nice to the cashier, whether it was, oh, what a beautiful ring you have on, or I have never seen anybody pack a bag as well as you pack that. Whatever it was, my mom would always give a true compliment. And random compliments are random kindnesses. We can do these things. And I actually want to challenge everybody. I think I'm going to figure out a way to do an event for this. I have a friend on Facebook who cares for his elderly neighbor who has some form of dementia, and she's his link to the world. And he posts stories about her with her permission. And her birthday was in November, and he had all the people who follow. He said, if you want to, please send her a card, birthday card. She got hundreds of cards, brightened her all up, right? And I was thinking when I sent the one, I thought, wow, who else do I know that I could send a card to and it would brighten their day? So I haven't sent Christmas cards for years because back in the day it was, environmentally unfriendly, and I stopped doing it. However, this is a special year. So you can send a Christmas card if you don't already, or send just a thinking of you card or a Hanukkah card or whatever you're celebrating. Happy New Year. Oh, we're all going to celebrate Happy New Year, are we not? Send a card. So that is my little challenge for you, is to find someone and send a card. And I'm going to set up a little event where when you've sent a card, you can say sent one, okay, or sent 10, whatever you are moved to do. But we can all make a difference for someone else. Whether you smile at someone on the street, whether you send a card, say kind words. Okay, I think. Is there anything else you guys want to say? Love one another. Get out in nature. They're always. I look over there because that's where my window is. They're always saying, "Get out in nature. Get out in nature. Get out in nature." And hopefully you have enjoyed Fairy Friday. Hopefully my new internet provider, Enwick, is going to do the job for us all. And I send you all love. Okay, be well. Happy Fairy Friday! If you liked it, do a little like thumbs up or a heart. Those are always so much fun to see. Okay, guys, have a wonderful